Welcome everyone to a Fraser Public Library database tutorial. So if this is the first time we've met, my name is Kristen and I am the Programming and Youth Services Librarian here at Fraser Public Library. Today I'm going to be walking through one of our databases that are available for our patrons to utilize usually through our website. So the database today that I'm going to be walking you through is actually tutor.com. And as always, you can access our databases at www.fraserpubliclibrary.org. Now to get started, I'm actually going to share my screen with you. So I'm going to be able to show you exactly what you're going to see. So this is our website. This is the www.fraserpubliclibrary.org. You will notice at the top that there are different tabs that you can see. The resources tab is the one that has our catalog. So if you hover over this screen, you can see our catalog or our databases. So this tab has a drop-down menu that includes catalog, databases, summer reading club registration, which unfortunately is finished right now, but we will start up again in June of next year, and additional information you may need. So we're going to just click on the databases, and that'll bring us to a separate page that has an alphabetical listing of our databases that are available. I like the alphabetical sort rather than the databases by subject because I usually like to be able to find my databases pretty quickly. So I'm going to press T or click on T for tutor.com, and you'll notice tutor.com is actually the bottom one. So I'm going to click on that. Now, the first thing you're going to have to do is actually put in your library card number. So I'm going to type in my library card number. And then, there we go. I apparently had turned off the numbers on my pad. You're also going to need to type in your password. This is a 4-digit password that you either gave to us or we gave you when you first got your library card. If you do not know your 4-digit password, that is perfectly fine. Please call us at Fraser Public Library so that we can help you figure out your password. So I know my password, so I'm going to put it in right now, and then you're going to hit submit. Now, this is going to take you to the main website for tutor.com. Tutor.com supports a lot of different features, so we're going to walk through those features. Hold on a second, my computer is taking a little bit of time to load tutor.com. All right, there we go. Now, I've logged in before via my library card, so I don't need to create an account. If you have not logged in before, you will need to create an account on tutor.com, and that will make it easier so that you can utilize some of the features. Now, I'm going to walk you through some of these features so that we can all see what this does. You'll notice at the top, there are a series of buttons up here that describe different things that you can use in tutor.com. One is very important, connect with a tutor. If you click on this, what it's going to do is it's going to tell you that you can get live one-on-one help from 12 p.m. to 12 a.m. And if you notice, there are several different topics and subjects that you can choose. You can also choose, if English is not your original language, you can choose to switch to Spanish. Now, I am an English speaker, so I will stay with the English. So let's say you need help with, social studies. And then we're going to choose a subject, either US history, European history, world history, or civics and government. So let's choose US history. You can also put what grade your student is in, or if you are an adult and you need help with a question, you can always choose adult as well. So let's say a 5th grader. Type in your zip code, 48026 is Fraser, and then choose the school. For this, it's more just so that they know what type of education that you're getting so that they can be able to answer based off of your curriculum standards. So they need to know what kind of school you're going to. You can also include, if you want, a voice chat capabilities, and then you can type in your question. Who was the 12th president of the United States? Okay, oops, pardon. So that's the question that I need to answer. If you need to attach a file, you can also do that here. You would just click on that, and you can also choose a file from your computer. They will accept certain file types, so please make sure that it is within that file type. Now, once you're done typing and putting everything in, feel free and hit connect now. I am not going to do that right now because I don't want to actually take up someone's time with a question that we don't actually need answered right this second. But if you would like to, you can connect now. Now, if you have other things that you need help with, but you don't actually feel like you need live one-on-one help at this time, you can also submit a paper for review. This is for those individuals who are working on essays or papers for college, etc., and you need some additional help. For this, you will type in your 5-digit zip code, choose the school, and what kind of help do you need? You can do a job resume and cover letter drop-off review, or an essay drop-off review. Select your grade level. So let's do 48026 as my zip code. School. Oh, let's do Fraser High School. We need an essay. Grade level is 11th. Topic of the paper, so that they know the topic that they are going to be reviewing. Where you are in the writing process. Do you think you're mostly done? Or are you at the very beginning and you just need help with some of the structure? Describe the assignment that was given by your teacher and any citation format you're going to be using for that particular essay. This covers APA, Chicago style, Turabian, MLA, and if there is a different style that your teacher specifically has that they are using, feel free and put that in as well. And then you would choose the file to upload to the computer. Usually they want a docx, or a text file, just so you're aware. If you need additional help, you can always contact them as well. If you need a math question help, you need help with your math homework, and you just have that one question that has really been a struggle, you can also do a drop-off math question. To do that, you would go up to the top and you would click on drop off a math question. You would put in your zip code, your school, and then any type of help you need. Do you need algebra, algebra 2, geometry, trig, pre-calculus, or calculus help? Let's say we're going to be doing algebra 2. You can select your grade level. So algebra 2 is 9th, 10th, 8th grade, etc. And then type in the question here. For example, if you have any specific directions that need to be included, you would also include that here. So like use a graphing or use factoring. You can also draw your problem if it would be easier for you to draw it out. So A plus B, B equals C. If it's easier for you to do that, or you can attach a file as well. So you could take a picture of the question and attach that as well. If you want to submit that, you would then hit submit. Now, there are other things that you can do on tutor.com. It's not just connecting with a live tutor, though that is very helpful, or submitting a paper or even a math question for review. You can take practice quizzes. Let's say you have a few topics that you're really not so great on. You can actually take a practice quiz. So let's do an English 1 quiz. And we can take an English 1 quiz on all sorts of things. So let's say we want a poetry paraphrase quiz. We know we're going to be tested on that soon, so we want to take that quiz. So that actually pops up with a new window that has our poetry paraphrase quiz. Oops. Pardon me while I actually bring up my window again. There we go. So that'll pop up with a window that has the quiz on it, and you would answer the questions in the quiz. Once you're done, it'll show on the side here as the quizzes you've taken. You can then review your answers or retake that quiz if you're having problems still. The other thing up at the top that you can do is under Other Tools. Other Tools actually covers a lot of information. So it can cover prep for SAT or ACT, prep for grad school tests, AP exams, or you can watch videos for math and English instruction. So let's say we need to prep for an SAT test. What we can do is we can click on the Other Tools Prep for SAT Test, and it brings us to this page. Now, the wonderful thing about the tutor.com prep for the SAT or the ACT is that you can prep for either test or both tests. There are a lot of advantages to using this particular database. So I'm going to say prep for the SAT now. That takes me to another tab. Now hold on, it needs to upload. And what you can do with this tab is you can actually put in a lot of information for what you need for your college. So what day are you taking the test? You can put in that day so that you have a target day to reach for. You can also put in a target score. Let's say you need a target score for math of 500 and a target score for reading of 700. So that you can make sure that you're getting in the program you want. You can enter those in, and then when you take your practice tests, it'll show you how well you're doing on meeting your target scores. And then if you're done with your practice tests, you can review your questions as well. So let's see if this will work. I'm going to take a practice test for this exam, okay? So let's start by looking at what we have over here. You can do an official SAT study guide, or what you can do is you can do practice test 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Let's say we're going to do practice test 1. Now, the nice thing about tutor.com is you can have several different ways of taking this test. You can download a PDF of the exam if you want. You can do an online proctored exam, which means that it is going to be timed. You can do a proctor exam with a 1.5 times timer or a 2 times timer. Or if you just want the bubble sheet so that you can fill them in and practice that portion, you can do that as well. All right, so let's say let's do that one. Now, it's going to show me how to use this proctoring session, okay? So it'll show me how to use it. Now, once you're done with this, you can, oh, I apologize, I stopped sharing my screen. I meant to actually just close out of this. All right, let's say we just want to look at the PDF of the exam itself. There we go. So this would be the exam. Once you're done with a practice test, and you've done either one that's available online or through tutor.com, it'll actually break down the questions as to what you got right, what you got wrong, and why you got it wrong. So you can actually dig into the test a little bit deeper to figure out what it is that you are having problems with. Let's say you don't want to take a practice test. You just want to look at what might be on that test. There is a coursework button up at the top. So what you can do is you can actually go into this and figure out for math, algebra, how are they structuring the questions on the SAT? They're going to be talking about linear equations. If you go in here, you can actually watch a video on tackling linear equations and do a drill. So that is a test, a very quick pop-up test to figure out if you are up to the stuff for the SAT linear equation section. Let's say you want to just get general tips. Go to the resources tab and you can download general tips, tools, different articles that might be useful to you. 12 tips for playing for college. FAFSA applications, frequently asked questions. So these are other resources that you might need if you are taking the SAT or the ACT. Now, let's say we want to prep for the ACT. If you go back to your original learning suite, you can click the Prep for ACT Now button, and that takes you to a very similar type of page. You can put in your target scores that you're looking for. You can also do practice tests as well. You can do coursework, resources, and all of the other things that you found on the SAT page. So this will help prep you for those exams. Now, let's say we don't need SAT prep. We don't need ACT prep. What we need is we need videos to help us with our math or our English skills. So if you go to the original tutor.com homepage and go under other tools, you can hit watch videos. Watch videos will show you different videos on different algebra, geometry, writing skills that you might need. So let's say we need help with algebra. Maybe we really need help with simple probability. Let's click on that, and that'll take you to a lesson from the Princeton Review all about simple probability. And you can watch this video and it will hopefully help you on simple probability. All right, so why is this such a great resource beyond all of these things? Well, if you notice up at the top on the right-hand side, there is a little thing called My Account. Not only do you have access to all of these resources, but tutor.com can also track things for you. So if you go under My Account, so click on that, it'll have a drop-down menu, and My Sessions is actually the tutoring sessions that you might have. So some of that information gets saved here. You can also do favorite tutors. If you have a specific tutor that you are really thinking is perfect for you, they're able to explain things to you so that you can understand them. You can actually save them as a favorite tutor in tutor.com. You can also go to My Locker, which has all of the papers that you submit a paper for review, or any of the math questions in a saved file. Or if your tutor in your live session has written something on the screen, you can actually save that as well and save that into your locker so that you can come back to that later and figure out exactly what they were talking about again. All of these are a fantastic resource to have on hand, and they're all available for Fraser Public Library patrons and residents. So thank you so much for sitting through this tutorial with me. I hope it was very informative to you, and if you have any additional questions, please feel free and contact us at Fraser Public Library. We're more than happy to answer any questions you might have on utilizing or accessing our database resources. Thanks so much and have a great afternoon.